What's up, guys? Looks like we got a little bit of stuff to get into today. And I'm going to try to stay off the politics for just a hair, I think. So let's get into this. The United States Postal Service. I was thinking about that today. I read an article where they're going up on postage to 64 cents. Now, to the everyday American, this really doesn't matter, right? I mean, you got 2, 3, 4 things a month that you mail. But let's think about this for a second. The United States Postal Service is a part of our branch of our government. It's controlled by the Postal Regulatory Committee. And so these committees are meeting and they're raising postage for what? What are we getting for that? You know what their number one gripe was? Or not gripe, but their reasoning behind raising the postage? Inflation. Really? I thought there was no inflation. Inflation. Now, we're talking about a government agency. Now, whether you realize this or not, but every time you put a stamp on a letter and you mail it, it's a tax. Make no damn mistake, it's a tax. They have over $17 billion in overpaid postage, roughly, every year. And that's where people take these, when you take a bunch of stamps, you don't weigh it. You weigh it and you got this 60-cent stamp. It's 89 cents to mail it, but you put 120 cents on it because you only got 2 stamps. So that's overpaid postage. But that stamp right there is a tax. We send billions of dollars to idiot countries all the time for what? And we don't subsidize our postal service? The reason there's not an uproar is because unlike companies like mine that send out a lot of mail, well, we don't anymore. If there's an email address attached to whatever account, we send it email. I'm just not paying it. There's no way. But a lot of companies send out a lot of mail. And what is that? Well, that's an extra tax. So whether you realize it or not, the United States Postal Service, every time you put a stamp on a postage, a package, or anything like that, that is a tax because it's coming from the government. Now they'll say, well, it covers our operating cost and our employees. Well, look, the employees are paid by taxpayers, right? So it's not like that they try to say that it's for the operations of the Postal Service. That's just bullshit. That is. And the reason it's bullshit is because they are paid by the government. And I think they're on the pay scale of every other government employee. So to say that they're paid by the postage itself, I would like to see those numbers because I don't believe that for a second. And why are they going up on it? Because they can. Here's what happened before the internet. We got letters and we got all this. We don't need packages. We don't care about packages. That's what they said back in the day when UPS and FedEx and all those were coming up. But now when the internet hit, bam, email wiped them out. Then you start seeing it go from 20 cents to 25 cents to 30 cents, 33 cents. Then on and on and on and on until now it's 64 cents. Why don't you just fucking make it $1, right? Just make it $1. I mean, it's just ridiculous how idiotic these people are that is regulating this. Not your everyday postal service worker. He's just doing a job. But the bottom line is if you're going to try to run it like a private company, which it is not, it should be subsidized. Rather than going up on the tax that you tax the taxpayers every single time that they put a stamp on a piece of mail, how about subsidize it? How about let's don't send billions of dollars overseas? Let's keep that money here and kind of subsidize the post office, maybe modernize it. And don't get me started on air traffic control and their non-modernization, unlike other countries. I mean, hell, they still use the whatever they call it, the written how they keep track of planes. I watched a documentary on it, and it was had to do with something to do with the way they keep track of planes. It's still where you write them down and put them in little holders or whatever they do with that. But it's not modern. It's like the 1960s technology. We don't modernize shit. But what we do is we go up on the services. If you're talking about the Postal Service. So it galls me that they would go up another 4 cents on postage. Why? What other services are we getting for this? Now, I don't claim to know anything about air traffic control. I don't. But I just knew that I watched that documentary, and it was awful how outdated it was. Anywho, what gives them the right to go up on the postage? What are we getting for it? Our tax money. What better service are we getting? Here's what we're getting. The Postal Service put out a memo that said, don't send checks through the mail. Don't send checks through the mail. We got a local post office up here that locks the damn doors at 10 o'clock. You know why? Because homeless people are peeing in the lobby. And the United States Postal Service won't do shit about it. Or the city won't do anything about it. And I guarantee you the city's going to say, well, that's federal property and we don't have jurisdiction to watch. I'm telling you. But the problem is they won't address the problem. Arrest the homeless people and kick their ass out of the post office. That'll address the problem. But the point being is it just irritates me to no end, and it's obvious this morning, guys, that I am irritated that they would dare to go up another 4 cents without providing some extra service. Why don't we just privatize the damn thing? It's inefficient. It doesn't work properly. I've got a piece of certified mail right now that I put in a request for them to track it down and find it, and it's certified return receipt requested, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we couldn't find it. We're closing your case. You need to go to the missing mail section. So I had to sign up for an account, go to the missing mail section, and then, submit a request for them, I guess, to look in the corners and on the floor and everywhere else for my certified piece of mail. And they have yet to find it. $8.03, and they can't get it from Mississippi to Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, without fucking losing it. What they should have advertised on, efficiency, and worked on that. Because there was a time that they were pretty efficient. And that just seems like it's going by the wayside. But yet they keep raising prices without giving any extra service, without helping the citizens get any new services. At this point, and their efficiency, we ought to subsidize them, and it should be free. Or drop it back down to 25 cents a letter and to those postage rates and then subsidize it. How about keep some of those billions home? But no, And let me give you another fun fact. My wife ordered a book, paperback, by the way. Our temporary, now our regular postal guy's great. I like him. He's great. But they had a temporary girl in. What'd she do? She pulls up into the driveway, gets out, didn't want to walk 3 more steps to put the damn package by the door that's under the carport. No, she puts it right there at the front part of the carport, so if it starts raining, it will just soak the package. You gotta love our government, folks. If you want efficiency, go private. Capitalism works. Privatize the damn thing and let people bid on it. It's just ridiculous. It's horrible. Every aspect of our government in today's society is horrible. But the Postal Service, I just had to give my 2 cents. When I read that article and they were going up on the postage 4 more cents, because of inflation, people. Inflation. Not because we're going to provide more services. Oh, and by the way, just don't send your checks through the mail because it's not reliable. People are stealing out of mailboxes, and that's up like 300%. Well, why didn't you hire, 84,000 postal inspectors rather than IRS agents? That might have helped that, right? It's supposed to be a federal crime, and it is. But apparently they can't catch the 600,000 thefts out of mailboxes and stealing checks. I don't think we have a systemic problem here with that, but I guess apparently they do in other parts of the country. That's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow when, I rant on something else. So anyway, God bless. Have a good day.